Welcome everybody. Today finally FIFA and I had the time to do a new cast for Wargame AirLand Battle. We didn't do anything for a long time. I don't know, FIFA's having his exams and yeah, I'm quite busy. But yeah, we thought it's finally the time to do something. So this is a 2v2 on the map, what's it called? Opdal, I think? No, Opdal?
I think it's Updal, but I'm not sure.
Alright, yeah. I think it's Optal as well. It's a 2v2 ranked. I play as Woof Woof Meow Meow with our new member Wister from Eugen Systems. He actually works there. And yeah, our opponents are NATO as well. It's Lily Bell Bohannon and Cullen Bohannon. They both are quite good team. I played a couple of times against them, and yeah, I think it's an interesting match. It's not from the most recent patch, but yeah, I think there are a couple of things, especially about the map, which are quite interesting to know, and I will speak about some mistakes we did and so on. Yeah, so FIFA's here with me today, of course, as I said. You can see, hello.
Hello everyone, and as enohka mentioned, it has been some time, but we are here finally. The game is pretty stable at the moment with the recent patches, so I think it's time for a good cast.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, especially the last patch was very important for me because this Centurion ARVE and the CEV, this American Pioneer tank, were quite broken, but they finally fixed it, so the ranked is playable again, I guess. And yeah, okay, I would say let's talk a little bit about the deployment maybe, and then we start. So I will talk a little bit about Wister and my deployment here on the NATO Op Force side.
Yeah, and I will talk about your opponent's deployment.
Alright, okay. So basically, when you play 2v2 on this map, one goes to the left side of the river, the other one goes to the right side usually. Here in this game, Wister was heading for the left side, I was heading for the right side. So my basic plan is to take Golf, of course, and secure this area here to not get breaking through. Secure this middle towns, of course, and this road on the side. For Wister, it's more about digging in here in all these buildings and taking Echo and maybe Bravo. Yeah. So I've got some AA, 2 Model Roll and 2, some infantry here for the middle, some assault engineers, LAVs, I love this LAVs, and I got a recon chopper to look for the right side that there's nothing sneaking around. And yeah, Wister has got quite balanced build. He's got some of this S-tanks, some AA choppers, some ATGM infantry, some AA, and some LAVs with infantry. Okay, yeah, let's have a look at the Bohannon guys.
Yeah, they have a pretty infantry-based deployment, I guess. I see one Abrams from Cullen.
Yeah.
But his friend Lily only has some harpoons. And
yeah, he's got some harpoons, a lot of infantry. We see here 8 Fuchses with probably Jaegers in them. 4 harpoons, 2 Roland basic. Here we see 1 ITV, another group of 4 Fuchses, 1 Puma Pirate with probably Legion infantry. Here at Cullen's side, we see 2 Model Runner 2, 1 Abrams, 1 Bradley, 3 ATGM infanterists, the Swedish ones, this RBS 65, which are quite strong. The range is not the best, so you have to use them in buildings, but the 26 AP is really good. Some BABs with infantry and 3 Blackhawks with probably Rangers because of the recon thing.
Yeah, that side of the river is pretty open, so you want to take some long-range units like the heavy tanks and ATGMs.
Yeah, indeed, and of course some infantry to dig in here, as I said. Okay, it's a little bit odd in AirLand Battle compared to Wii that you can't see what planes the players bought in the game. Would be nice if you had an option to see that, because I, for instance, I started with I think 2 Eagles and a Corsair Napalm Bomber, and I think Wister started with a couple of Draken, and they have some planes as well, of course. I'm not sure what, but we will see that in the beginning, a little dogfight or something like that. Okay, I would say enough about the deployment, so let's do a countdown and we start on go, as always. Alright, 3, 2, 1 and go. Okay.
And this is actually one of the new maps, right? It's not a remake of the previous game, so...
Oh, no, maybe it's a little bit inspired by Rivers of Blood, but not really. So it's a total new map, overall, yeah.
Yeah, I guess, well, the river.
Yeah, the river, yeah. Yeah, sure, so we can see I've got 2 Eagles in the air circling more over my base. I've got 2 Corsairs and Wister has got 2 Drakens. The Drakens are more anti-chopper planes. They do the job quite good for 35 points. I like them.
Yeah, you can exchange them against recon choppers or even the more expensive ATGM choppers. So yeah, the Dragons are a good buy.
Yeah, I think so as well. So as you can see, I dropped some napalm here in this valley, and I dropped some napalm here. And as you can see, the napalm is quite perfect because the Fuchses have to drive through there now. And well, it wasn't as expected as I thought, but if you use like a lot of this cheap infanterists in so the supply trucks and the Jupiters or something like that, they will probably die through to this napalm. But the Fuchses take it quite good. Okay, here on the right side you see the effectiveness of this LAV-25s. He didn't unload the Fuchses and all is dead. So it's actually a quite worthy trade, this LAVs.
Yeah, on the right side there are like 3 roads and you want to have something on every road, which you're doing pretty well, I see.
Yeah. Of course, of course. Okay, on the left side here, one of the choppers got shot down by Wister, but the Rangers survived, and he didn't knew about that, obviously. So there are some Rangers which give Cullen a quite good recon. As you can see here, 4 Harpins were just driving through, and the LAV killed the 4 Harpins as well. So a good placed LAV against a player who doesn't really pay attention at the moment because he's busy somewhere else can really ruin your day. The LAVs for early game are just insane in my opinion. Yeah.
Oh, they're pretty good late game too. Once the lines are established and you find a weak point somewhere, they can drive through and kill like everything before your opponent can react.
Yeah, sure. So let's have a look at the right side here. Cullen digged in with this 3 of the Swedish ATGM squads. And yeah, as I said, they are really good. Let's have a look at their stats. They have 11 accuracy, no, that's the Stingers, that's all. They have 10 accuracy, 26 AP, but only 2,275 meters of range. So if you have them in a building, they 2-shot every heavy tank, or every vehicle available in this game. And as you can see, the range is enough to have a good control over this Bravo zone here. And yeah, in this situation, he should have used some napalm or smoke, but we didn't really talk about that, and I think it was quite a mistake of us to not take care of this. Okay, on the right side we see a Fighting Falcon, the Norwegian version with the 1,000 kilo bombs, and they destroy my LAV and Marines there at the moment.
Yeah, if I want to get rid of those.
Yeah, but I already bought some reserve ones, which I'm sending at the moment there. Okay, on the left side, the Fighting Falcons are bombing the CV because the Rangers spotted it. That's a good advantage about the CV tanks because it survived the attack actually, and this is well, pretty lucky thing for us.
Yeah, the cheap CV wouldn't have survived that. That's
yeah. Okay, meanwhile in the middle, we see Lily placed Recon and an ITV and an Roland here in this wood, which is a quite good thing because the ITV can shoot at everything which comes here, and yeah, was a good thing to prevent me from taking over this this small town here. And I tried to get in with my Jaggers, but the Fuchses, the 4 APCs, actually stopped them with their MG3.
Yeah, you mustn't underestimate those APCs, especially you know in AirLand Battle. The APCs can be pretty damaging. I've killed like many CVs with them.
Yeah, of course. Thinks the same. Because this MG3 has an insanely high rate of fire, but only 0.5 HE power, but still, the suppression and the rate of fire is pretty good to, yeah, stop those infanterists. Okay, 2 fighting falcons incoming on the left side. Because, as you can see, they spotted the CV and Echo from Worcester again. This is one of the main mistakes we did in this game. This Rangers here, well, it was quite lucky of them because they survived when the helicopter got shot down. But on the other side, Worcester should have sent some recon infantry on this side as well, because he would have spotted them and they have nothing else there, so he could have had the same advantages as them if he just spotted them early, killed them and placed some own recon infanteries there. So...
Yeah, but he bought the Gazelle Recon. I think he saw the F-16 Falcons in time, but he was just a bit too slow.
Yeah, indeed.
And here's the problem with only the short-range anti-air that you guys are using. Even though they managed to kill an F-16 Falcon, it was only after it dropped the bomb, so it can't really prevent your opponent from dropping something.
Yeah, that's true. And that's a second mistake. We had Worcester didn't play for a couple of time, and he didn't knew that the Marder 2 wasn't a prototype anymore. So he only had this AMX 30 Rolands in his deck for air defense. Yeah, I should have helped him out. I think I sent him a Roland quite soon, but a Roland 2, but a little bit too late. Could have prevented some of those F-16A Fighting Falcon airstrikes earlier. Another mistake is that I didn't really took the town on my side again after I lost it in the very beginning, because I was a little bit too confident that this is mine, I think. So I think, but now I take it with the LAVs. I'm not sure if I dropped my infantry actually. But I should have taken it and maybe placed some anti-TGM infantry there, because they have still the reinforcement line for Bravo the Fast. Okay. There we can see they used this German ATGM chopper against my M11P Abrams. It's in the reverse, and I think now it's safe. Yeah. Well, now the first engagements are kind of over. And as I said, they are a good team, I know them, and I think now the game gets a little bit more carefully. We are leading at the moment, so I think I told him not to, I told Worcester and told it myself not to do anything too risky, because it's not really worth it at the moment when we're leading.
Yeah, that's what I noticed about AirLand Battle. You need to take as much ground as you can at the start, because once the lines are established, it's hard to attack.
Yeah, it's very hard to attack. It's well, it's a general thing about the game. At the moment, I didn't really like it. I still don't really like it, but I don't like it, dislike it that much anymore. It's just the game is totally different compared to European Escalation, and you get much more income, and a unit, it's more forgiving. A unit isn't that much worth anymore, but you get more income, so you can buy more planes and heavy tanks. You can buy way more stuff to defend attacks. Okay, here I failed a little bit. I lost 2 Roland 2 to 1 Raven, and now the Fighting Falcon has free run to my LAVs here. Well, quite stupid. But
games usually last a lot longer than in the previous game, where I had a lot of games where I just finished a 1v1 within 10 minutes, but now against a decent opponent, it usually takes me up to 40 minutes to finish a game, whether I win or lose. So.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, it's interesting thing. As I said, I'm not sure. I start to like this game more and more, but in the beginning I was a little bit annoyed about this fact that you can't really play very aggressive anymore against good players, especially. No. Yeah.
I do miss that, I admit, but it's more of a fun team game now, I think. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, same for me. I don't play that much of 1v1. Actually, I think you played way more than me in the last time.
Yeah, I played quite a few 1v1s, but I haven't played a lot the last few days. But
Oh, well,
enough to appreciate it.
As I see, you got the rank of a major now. Congratulations for that.
Am I? I think I'm a captain again. I keep losing against some random guys. Pretty annoying.
Oh, okay. Oh, well. Yeah, no, I don't know. My ranking is quite good, but I have to admit I played most of my games in 2v2 because I just have more fun with it. In 2v2 you can actually attack a little bit better than in 1v1. Okay, here just wasted one of my starfighters. I underestimated this AMX-30 Rollins. Yeah, Fighting Falcon tries to kill my Abrams, but I reversed fast enough. Okay. Yeah, here on the right side we see actually an interesting thing. He managed to sneak 40 Jaegers through my assault engineer line. Not quite odd, but I think I kind of knew about it, but at the moment I don't know why I didn't really took care of it, or maybe I didn't know that this time, I don't know.
Yeah, infantry is pretty versatile in that way that it can cross barriers like that mountain, so you really need to be careful and keep an eye on your flanks.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay.
Like those rangers were still alive on the left side.
Yeah, sure. But I think now he noticed. Here I actually placed a attack sign to tell him that he should sneak some recon infantry over the side, but I don't know. I think it doesn't take long for him to notice his. But in the meanwhile, it's quite funny because he plays his CV just next to this Rangers, and the Fighting Falcon is already incoming. It's a little bit odd, but yeah, you learn from mistakes, and it's just take care of your flanks in this game all the time. Because recon infantry is very good stealthy. They have they have a good stealth option, but the special forces have a very good stealth. So if you place them in a bush, they are almost invisible. That's a good thing to know. Okay. Yeah, we're still leading in the moment a little bit.
At 300 points.
Yeah. Worcester tries with some artillery with the AMX off. Yeah. Now Worcester noticed them, I think, here on the left side. And now the big trolling with the planes is a little bit over. Meanwhile, Lily Bell Bohannon tries to get through this valley here with the infantry all the time, and yeah, I think it's one of the key points. But it's a little bit odd to attack there, since it's very close to my spawn sector, to my spawn zone, so I can call in reinforcements even if he managed to break through there for a moment. And yeah.
And it's easily blocked by some napalm or artillery or a bomber, since you don't have much room to maneuver.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, now they made up a little bit in points. I don't know what happened.
Probably one of the planes got shot down. That's what I assume.
I don't know. Here on the left side there is still the Swedish ATGM. They're almost out of missiles, one Abrams. But yeah.
So I see you using the rocket artillery. Are they any good?
Worcester is using this Lars. I don't know. It stuns quite good. If you attack or if you defend, it can stun to stun the tanks to give you a breakthrough, but it doesn't really kill anything. Even infantry doesn't really get killed through it. So they can be useful, but I don't know.
It would be useful if they could load like smoke rounds. Like 60 smoke rounds at once would be pretty fun.
Yeah, that would be awesome indeed. Thought the same actually. But yeah. Okay, here Fighting Falcon runs the Mother Roland 2.
Yeah, they always drop the bomb, so for them it's just a matter of picking a target that is expensive enough to worth risk it.
But the thing on it's a little bit the map. I don't know, if I place my Roland not here but more here on this hill, I think it could shoot further than here, because the line of sight is blocked until the plane is like here. So I really take myself in a disadvantage. This is definitely a mistake of mine. If I place maybe an enohka here, close to this Fuchs, south of my Mother Roland, and the Mother Roland on the hill on the left side here, I probably would have a way better shooting line for my AA.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but yeah, the map is quite new, so you don't really know the tricks, but you learn from
Yeah,
mistakes, definitely.
and they also are less artificial now, so it's pretty
Yeah,
sometimes hard to find the good line of sight for your units.
yeah, it's true. Okay, this Swedish RTGM infantry is resupplied. Yeah, that's a bit odd. We should have killed them early because I think they gave Kulin a lot of points here.
The ATGM infantry, you mean?
Yeah, and Bravo, because they have range over the whole Bravo sector and can get a quite good amount of control.
Yeah, fighting Falcon or F-16 bomber, something with high explosive should be able to deal with it pretty well.
Yeah, true. But yeah, we didn't do it. I don't know. We should have. On the other side, he has quite a big amount of AA there. But maybe if you sacrifice some Drakens and then go in with the fighting Falcon, you can make it survive, and that maybe would have been the key. But yeah.
Your recon heli broke through on the right side.
Yeah, it broke through, but I didn't manage to find this damn CV. I was like, what the hell? Because I knew it must be in this big wood there. Okay, now I killed an Abrams and sacrificed a super attendant for it.
Yeah, he has 4 AMX Rolands in his stack, so
Yeah.
those are pretty effective. On short range at least.
Yeah, but the Abrams died, so 135 points for 90 points is still okay, I guess.
Now it's pretty even at the moment.
Yeah.
1900 to 1800.
Yeah. Here in the hill, maybe we see the Rimas fighting against 5 assault engineers. Let's see if they still are that broken. Okay, now I broke through with the Starfighter, but it wasn't able to drop the payload for the CV in Delta. Oh, quite odd. Now we're a little bit behind in the points. Had a good lead in the beginning, and now we kind of gave it away. But yeah, it's just because some mistakes we mentioned, and it's really important to analyze mistakes you did when you lose a game and just don't do them again. So you learn the maps by doing mistakes. That's definitely a important thing. The main mistake was no having recon on this flank and placing the AA very bad here. Okay, the Raven comes. It doesn't kill this time, but my Rolands are not able to kill this guy even if it flies over. It's quite odd.
Yeah, I have trouble killing the Ravens too.
Yeah, if you use them good, they can be very versatile. Okay, if a new fighting Falcon comes in. As I said, my main mistake here was the placement of my AA, because the fighting Falcon is here and now the Rolands are able to shoot. If I placed it up the hill here and had an Eyehawk here, I think it would have looked different. So, yeah. Now a Thunderbolt comes even to get my Abrams. Thunderbolt, 1 Roland, no chance for my Abrams. And yeah, I like
Even hitting the front armor, I think.
Yeah, but this autocannon is insane, the Avenger. And 3 Mavericks, so 2 or 3 Mavericks and 1 of this is just enough. So here's the Lynx Toe 2 to get my Abrams. Okay, let's have a look at what we see and what they see here at the moment. So they have this Jagas here meanwhile, pretty close to my line. Didn't really notice that, but they have no good recon anymore on the left side. So yeah, let's see what we are seeing.
Not much either.
Not much either, yeah, indeed. Yeah, that's it. Still the Swedish infantry here. Marder Roland on the left side. Okay, let's have a look at the neutral. Yeah, this Jagas here broke through and I called in 4 assault engineers. But do I unload them too late? Let's see. The Roland is in a quite dangerous position either. No, I didn't unload them too late. But they are too far away from the Jagas now, and they are only good if they are really close range. Because
otherwise the Jagas can whittle them down.
Yeah, this Flash has the 500 meters range, which is good, but better than the Flamer infantry, the usual one. But still, the Jagas have the MG3 with 800 meter range. So, if you get not in a close quarter combat with the assault engineer, they will get wiped out.
On the left side, 3 F-16 Falcons are attacking a blob of wisdom.
Yeah, attacking this poor Centurion tanks, and they died. Yeah, but what I did here is I napalmed behind this Jaggers that they can't fall back into the woods and called in 2 Hawks. I think that's the key. I didn't napalm them directly, so they could have just go back into the wood. I napalmed slightly behind them, by intentionally. So the Thunderbolt comes in, flies over a Roland, and the Roland isn't able to kill it. It's so odd. So 1 Roland is really not enough. My Eagle comes too late.
Yeah, you need 2 to kill them, and they miss like half of the time. So
Yeah.
ideally, you want like 3 of them to guarantee air defense.
Yeah, that's quite odd. But, you know, you don't get that much of the Rolands, and here my deck lacked a little bit of AA, I guess, for the way they played. And the position is the biggest mistake, I think, because here the Roland, the line of sight is blocked all the time. It can't use its full range of 3,500 meters against the planes, and if it can't use the full range, you have not the full chance to use the potential of them. Okay, here is the sense is Challenger forward, but there is 1 German Hot 1 ATGM chopper and the Lynx Tow 2. But my Roland is moving forward. The Challenger survives.
Barely, it went into hiding just in time.
Yeah, just in time, and my Roland finally hits with every shot and kills the 2 ATGM choppers. So we have 80 minutes left in the game, and it's still quite even. The Bohannon fraction is leading a little bit, not too much though. Yeah, here I placed a Roland for Worcester of mine finally, and a Raven is flying in the air. Ah, okay. It actually took the road to make a good turn here to fly over my Terrana. Good. Good one, of course.
Indeed. But he missed the Roland, I think.
Yeah, he missed the Roland. And this time it goes down, finally.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. But the Thunderbolt is already incoming. This Thunderbolt was hot for my Abrams. Let's see if it's still able. No, he doesn't take the risk. Yeah.
Probably a wise idea.
Yeah.
Void exchange.
Yeah, probably. Okay.
Yeah, game is pretty static at the moment.
Yeah, we can speed up a little bit, I think.
Yeah, we can speed it up to 2 or 3 times.
Whatever. Yeah, let's do 3 times maybe, or yeah, 3 times. We can speed down, but I don't think that much movement will happen the next time. Okay, so 3. We speed up to 3 after go. 3,
All right.
2, 1, and go.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, it's mainly just played by Lily and Cullen Bohannon.
Yeah, they use planes. They use the planes very good. I noticed this in the last games, but now we are behind 400 points.
And that's enough to give them a win, I think. Now 300 points.
No, you need 10%. All the people think it's a fixed amount of points, but it's always 10%. So when they have 3,000 points, we need to have. Okay, at the moment it's a win, but if you have 20 points more, it's a draw. Yeah. Okay. Because we are behind now, and the game is quite static, I decided to go for some infantry. Because in this game you have so much cash. You must imagine, I had I think 500 or 1,000 points, which I didn't know to use. Now the Thunderbolt comes.
Did you see that on the left side where the 2 challengers got killed?
No, I didn't actually, but they lead even more now. The Bradley and the Kiowa Warrior. Oh well.
And in Thunderbolt he had like an
yeah,
triangle of ATGM units, so there was always a flanking ATGM shot.
That's odd, yeah. Yeah, so I call in some infantry to make up some points now, because we are quite far behind now at the moment. Try to play some ATGM infanterists here to kill those chieftains. And yeah, my assault engineers meet the Rebars and the Remas here, and 5 assault engineers are able to kill 20 Remas in close quarter combat. That's quite interesting to know. Yeah, now they really start to get aggressive with planes because they thought they can finish it up quite fast. Kill my CV here at the moment.
Without losing a plane.
Yeah, without losing a plane, because we were almost out. I was almost out of my Rolands. I only had the Rolands 2 for AA here. This Jaguar fights against one Abrams and one ATGM. It is still able to hit after heavy fire to hit my Roland 2 here. Quite annoying. So they knew about their advantage, I think, that we don't have that much of AA, and they used it. As I said, biggest mistake of mine in this game. Odd placement of AA.
There's a lot of point incoming on the left side.
Yeah, sure. It's 3,900 points, so they can risk Thunderbolt to kill a Challenger to finish it. But
they should have killed like CVs or something that was worth more points.
Yeah, the funny thing is, the score is now 4,051 to 3,751.
If they killed one more unit or something, it would have been their win.
Yeah, it's exactly the amount for us to get a draw. It's exactly 400 points. If they had 1 point more, they would have gotten the win. Yeah, in this game, as I said, we did some major mistakes, and it's a thing you really have to learn about. It's the main thing is recon and proper placement of AA. It's not just the fact that you have to buy much AA or spam AA. It's important to place them properly, I think.
Yeah, that they have clear lines of sight, so they can use their supreme range.
Yeah, that they can use their full potential. That's a very important thing, I guess. And yeah, that's why I thought this replay is quite interesting, because yeah, we had a good lead in the first half of the game, but we gave it away because they abused our weaknesses, and this is a fact which shows that they are good players either, because yeah, as I said, they use the planes good.
Yeah, and those planes are pretty expensive too, so it's quite risky, but yeah, as you mentioned, if you play them well, they pay for themselves.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, so I think this is maybe a good education about anti-air and planes. So you can use or them as a good example for using planes as well. I think they do it good. And yeah.
Yeah, I would still recommend buying some of the more longer ranges anti-air, just you know, to have some safety.
Sure, no, it's definitely true. The thing is, I just started to play with Wister here in ranked, and he didn't play for a while, and he had only the AMX30 Rolands, and I had only the Roland 2s because I played a 2v2 deck I've made with Reba, and Reba has the Ihawks in his deck, so it was a little bit weak choice of decks. So if you play in a team, you should really think about taking care of each other's weaknesses in the deck, that you can fullify all roles. This is quite important and a really cool thing about AirLand Battle, because it really encourages team play. You can create decks which work together only and stuff, and this is what we actually do in ranked, and it works very good if you do it good. Yeah.
Yeah, too generalized decks in the 2v2 rank doesn't really work. You want to have all the strong units, so two players should specialize in certain aspects of the game. So
yeah,
strong
definitely.
ground or strong air.
Yeah, definitely. And in this aspect, I had my artillery deck, and I had only the Marder Roland 2 in SAA, and the odd thing was Wister had only the AMX30 Roland. And not only that, the Marder Roland 2 is a very good AA system in this game, I think, and you can play with only using it. But the thing is, I placed them not good. I placed them really odd, and yeah, that's why we almost lost it. We got a draw very closely. They played good. And yeah, I think fair enough. Thanks for watching. We tried to do a second cast on this weekend. Maybe yeah, I don't know. We will see. We definitely try to do some more in the next time.
Let's try to get for once a week.
Once a week, I think once a week is a good number. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you could learn something new. I don't know. And yeah, see you the next time.
See you around.
Bye.